This scar right here in my head is he took that 45 caliber and jammed it in my face. This dude, Danny, comes in with drugs. Danny leaves the house, and when Danny leaves the house, I didn't know, but he set it up to rob me and beat me up. Danny leaves the house, and I let him out the front door, and this other big dude in the rain, a rainy Louisiana night, puts a 45 caliber pistol in my face, right here, okay? I had a plate in my hand. He said when he did, my reaction was to hit him with the plate in the face. You know, I broke this plate. It was an unbreakable plate, one of those plates you can't break. And I broke it in his face, like just cracked it in his face. Thing breaks and he becomes like a monster. This scar right here in my head is he took that 45 caliber and jammed it in my face. He hits me here. He cracks me over both my eyes here, underneath these two eyes. Every wall in this apartment, in this room, and the ceiling has blood on it. I go to the hospital. They put in 70 stitches in my head and face. I spent 3 days in the hospital, and I'm like, I'm done. No more drugs. I'm using drugs 15 minutes later, 10 times a day in the hospital. My mom, at the age of 25, my mom says to me, you're no longer welcome in my home. You're no longer welcome in my business. I don't want to see you anymore. And that was the day my life turned around. All I know at this point, I lost my dad when I was 10. I lost my brother when I was 20. I lost, I gave up my career and maybe I'm going to be a baseball player to drugs. I've lost 5 or 6 jobs now, and I'm a loser. I'm a total loser. But I do have this little light inside of me that says I'm special. I have this little thing inside of me that says, hey, you are special. You have something. I go to this treatment center. I'm there 30 days. For the first 30 days in 7, 8, 9 years, I don't use drugs. Oh, wow. I'm leaving the treatment center when the insurance ran out, because that's how those work. I'm terrified, scared to go back to society. I don't have any friends that aren't using drugs. My girlfriend was using drugs. Everybody around me, everybody I knew used drugs. And I'm going back to a job where even at the job I had, they used drugs. And I'm like, I'm going back to an environment. I have to cut off all my friends. Not really friends. I got to cut off all the enemies, right? And I got to start over. And before I leave, the counselor grabs me and the counselor says to me, look, dude, I'll see you back here. Probably, if you don't die, I'll see you back here. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm not coming back here. And he's like, oh no, you're coming back. He's like, you'll never make it. What is 10X? What is it for you? 10X is defined as a concept where you would scale your business and or your ideas, to which point you would create a life, not a business. You would create a life without limitations. My business gives me my life. I didn't have that for 20 years. For 20 years, my business had me. Say 10X if you know what I'm talking about. Dude, your business owns you. I'm worried about it, scared about it, concerned about it. Won't spend money over it, worried about the next thing, worried about the lawsuit, worried about the threats, worried about the competition. That's not freedom. 10X. How big would my ideas, how big would my business need to get that I could be protected? Freedom.